lightweight fitness evolution jacket today for like the first time. We're gonna start on our mat with our feet down and go into 10 bridges. So lift the hips, really focus on pushing into the heels, squeezing your booty, try to get some blood into the back of the body. Look up, make sure you can see the top of your thighs, and you're kind of curling your tailbone in towards your belly button so that we're kind of rolling up, ribs to hip, not just pushing the hips to the ceiling. We gotta keep that upper back flat on the ground. All the way down to the bottom of your ribs should be on the mat. So you have 10 glute bridges. When you finish your 10 glute bridges, you'll flip over onto hands and knees, all fours, and give me 5 cat-cow. Tailbone goes underneath, round the belly in, and then tailbone tilts up, a little bit around or arch to the back, press down with the hands. 5 of these. If you are watching this on the recording, it's going to be best to have at least a mini band and or dumbbells or something like dumbbells. I've seen people fill jugs of water, use soup cans, wine bottles that aren't open might work. So anything that you can hold like a dumbbell will work if you don't have dumbbells and you don't have a mini band. Once we finish our 5 cat-cow, we're down on our forearms, one hand behind the head. I'm going to rotate the elbow to the ceiling. Squeeze your little bit of upper back. So we're trying to get movement through the middle of the back, that T-spine. Got our 8 on each side. So, something else to mention today. Strength today. So we have strength 3. We work on a lot of the same movement patterns for strength 3, which are things like single leg squats, hip hinge power. I'll show modifications for that. If you have knee issues and single leg squats are not good for you, I will show another option. We're going to do push-ups today. We're going to get some arm work in. We got some core work coming at you. From here, we're coming back to hands, knees, tabletop. Tuck your tailbone and then go into those bird dogs. One arm and one leg. Slow and control. Extend through the foot. So push back into the heel. Like you're trying to put a shoe print on the wall behind you. You've got 10 on each side. Take your time. So today's supersets, we've got 2 supersets of 2 exercises and then a triple set to finish that will have 3 exercises in it. So we've got 2, 2, 3. And then like I mentioned, I'll give you lots of options for modifications, make things harder, easier, whatever's going to work for your body today. Listen to your body. Pick the level that's most appropriate. Maybe challenging yourself just a little bit if you're up for it today. Once we finish bird dogs, and please take your time, no rush. Got to get all 10 nice and easy and slow. Eventually, we'll all meet standing. So if you're still bird dogging, take your time. When you do reach, when you do finish, join us in arm circles back. We're on 10 arm circles back. Nice big reach. Set your intention now. So what do we want to do today with this workout? How hard do you want to work? What are you trying to accomplish? And how are we feeling? What's going to serve your body today? That's what I always want you to be thinking about as we go into this workout. Go ahead and reverse that direction to bring it forward. And that's going to be different for everyone. And it's not up to me, it's up to you. Not for me, it's for you, right? So, what do you want to do today? Set that intention now, and then just check in with yourself throughout class. Are we getting that? Are we pushing too hard? Are we not pushing hard enough? Where do we want to be? From here, we've got 5 toe touch squats. So, feet a little wider than hips, arms up. Round your back, bend your knees, get your toes. Tuck your butt down, press the heels to the floor, lift your chest. Right arm by the ear, left arm by the ear, stand up. We have 5. Around it forward. Tuck your booty, lift your chest. Right, left, stand up. That's 2, here's 3. The goal here is to get as low as you can get without lifting the heels. And then reaching those arms as high up by the ears as you can. Keeping the shoulders down. The more you do these, the better you get at them. Just a good way to release the back, warm up the hips and the ankles, and then of course the shoulders. You're particularly tight, and take it easy today. Gate openers up and around. So, little circle here, we're keeping the pelvis level, and we're pulling the ribs and the hips together, not sinking off into one side. Be real mindful of that, of your body. If you're feeling tight, you might have to take things a little slower. Last night, I was teaching the last class of the night. I was like, my body feels like bricks. It was rough. And I missed my massage therapist real bad right now. But know what I did? I went home and I did my foam rolling and I got on that lacrosse ball for like a half an hour because that's the only thing I can do about it. But I got to do something. So make sure you're doing your due diligence there too. Last one each side. Okay, so we're going to have 3 choices today. And normally we do some kind of hinge power swing. I'm going to change it up just a tiny bit. So if you have dumbbells and you want to use dumbbells, you can either use 1 or 2. I got mine all mixed up here. And I'm going to go level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 would be working on our basic hinge. So shoulders back, hands on hips, push the butt back, eyes to the floor, bent knees. We stop at parallel, so my shoulders and my hips are even. Press the feet down, bring it up, tuck the rib cage, tuck the butt. So level 1 will be no weight, really just working on that hinge. That's going to be your option if you're brand new to this. If you are not brand new to this, your back's acting up a little bit, you're going to hug that weight to your chest. Shoulders back, you're going to do the same thing, but we're really going to focus on holding that weight so that we don't collapse forward, pulling the shoulders back and up. I lost somebody. Oh, Megan must be having issues. All right, level 3. If you've been working on hinge power with me for these last several weeks, you can hold a dumbbell in each hand, and then you're coming down in that same flat back, throw the hips forward, and swing. Choose back. So this one, make sure the elbows are slightly bent so we're not swinging way up here, and we're just popping and locking, popping. That's going to be much more advanced. I know for me, I am not going there today because my back is not going to like that. So those are your choices. We're going for 45 seconds. Pick your level. 3, 2, 1. Level 1, we're just going to work on that hinge. Shoulders back, butt back, press down. If we're holding a dumbbell in front, shoulders back, butt back. If you're swinging your weights, same thing. Just pop your hips when you come forward. So everybody's doing the same movement. Yeah, if you're going for that swing from here, power. It needs to be fast. It needs to be pop. Yeah, otherwise we're in this very unsupported position raising weights for a really long time. 15 seconds. Beautiful. Yeah. Megan, that looks good. Just root down through your heels. So you actually want to think of it like a kettlebell swing, where you're pushing your feet down. Nice, good, nice nay. Allie looks great. All right, everybody relax. The one thing I'll tell you guys when we do that again, and I've been getting everybody this week because we all do it, is we all have a tendency to do this. We need to do that. We need to look down at the floor. So when we do that again, we'll talk about it. Next exercise is push-ups. Level 1 would be against the wall. You're pushing against the wall. Elbows slightly flared. Level 2, a piece of furniture that will hold you. Second option, level 2, if you don't have furniture, is to start in high plank, set the knees down, press up from there. But always start here first and then go. Level 3, of course, is that full push-up on your toes. You have 10. This one I want time, so your pace, your count. Do your 10. Elbows are just slightly out, flared away from your body. Exhale as you push through your arms. If you're doing those on your toes and you're not getting close to the floor, try putting one knee down. Our goal is always to get the chest to touch the floor. And until we can do that, we need to use a modifier, whether it's knees, whether it's an elevated surface. Because we'll never get from halfway down to all the way down unless we can do it first modified. Nice work, guys. Big exhale press. Once you hit 10, you can grab a drink of water. Take a breather for a second. So when we do that hinge, level 1 and level 2 are your just basic hinge, one holding weight. We all have a tendency, because we have to pull the shoulder blades down and back, to cause that to kick our chin up. So I want you to think of shoulders back, but then bring your chin towards your belly button, and then you're looking down. Enough. If I am swinging dumbbells, this is a power move, which means that the force of the weights coming forward is coming from your hips. So as we come back, we're going to pop it forward. You're pushing your butt forward and then catch that momentum in the butt and the ribs so that because if we don't, we get this, right, where it all goes into your low back. And then if we don't use power, we're doing a front raise for our shoulders, which would be fine, but what we're trying to accomplish is getting the hinge and the power from the hinge. So make sure it's fast and powerful, and then you lock it in. Okay, second set, just think about adding those little things I talked about. So pull that weight to the chest, so hold it on either side. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. So remember, chin down, eyes looking at the floor. Come to parallel, press down with your feet, tuck your ribs and your hips at the top. Better, yes, I'm seeing much better. Good. Ah, very nice. So we're going to sink back into those heels. You've got about 30 seconds left. Yeah, make sure that when you hinge, the first action is the hips go back, and then when you come up, the first action is the hips come forward. So be sure you're not starting to straighten your knees before you straighten your hips. Got to start from the hips. 15 seconds. Yeah, so like Allie, we're getting just a little like rock. So from right here, just reverse it, bring your tailbone up. There you go. Yes, exactly. So just make sure we don't start straightening the knees before we start standing up. 4, 3, 2, finish that last breath. Nice work. You have your 10 push-ups. So remember, we've got to try to get the chest to the floor, to the elevated surface, wherever we're doing this. And if you're doing it on your toes and we're not getting there, drop your knees, get your chest all the way down on your knees, and eventually one knee. Then eventually we can work towards doing it here. Elevated really, really works. It's harder to do at home, of course. 10 seconds, 10 reps, 10 reps. Take your time. Yeah, there we go. Nice work. Ooh, looking so strong, you guys. Yeah, see, Megan, very nice. She's got just one knee down. She's getting her chest all the way to the floor. She is one step closer to that full push-up. That is awesome to see. But she didn't go there until her chest was almost all the way to the ground. So if you're working on push-ups on your knees because you don't have a good elevated surface, you're just going to keep working on it. And then eventually you'll get stronger, you'll get lower. I don't know why that timer went off. There you go. All right, grab a drink of water. We're going to do one more set here. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, what are we going to do about push-ups when we come back in studio? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Can't use the bar for a while. So, yeah, not ideal. All right. So what I was kind of talking about with the hinge on the way up is the hinge is primarily a hip movement, but the knees have to bend to give the hamstrings room. So the knees are bent, but when you stand up, you want to keep your weight back in your heels and simply bring your butt back forward. So sometimes we have folks kind of start to like straighten their knees first. The knees are they're not really moving much. It's the hips then that come forward and up, and just try to keep pulling your weight back into your heels so that we don't rock into the toes. Last set of our hinges, body weight in front, swing, whatever it is. Chest out, chin down. 4, 3, 2, and you go. So we're going down, butt back, butt back, butt back. Press the feet down, bring the hips forward. There we go. Yes, Allie, that looks great. Nice. And then as we're swinging, making sure to lock it at the top. Squeeze the butt. As you squeeze your butt, make sure the ribs come down too towards your spine. So you have this nice tight position. Yeah, there you go. Yes, beautiful. You guys are great. Nice power, nice control. Everyone's looking down at the ground. You have 15 more seconds here. Nice big boom. Yeah, good. Strong work. 10 seconds. Beautiful. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish that last breath. You have 10 push-ups here. Take your time. Find that form. See if you can. Oftentimes with push-ups are very much like squats. There's that point in the push-up where your body's like, nope, right here, I stop right here. And usually you can get a little bit further than that. But the body tends to resist it, but don't push too far because that's your body's way of trying to keep you from hurting yourself, which we appreciate. So you gotta listen to it. But if it's simply stopping because you think that's as far as you can go, or that's where it's easy, yeah, nice. See, Shaz has got it. That's a little bit deeper than you were last time. Get it. Good work. Yes, you gotta challenge that depth as long as your shoulders are okay with it. And even here, spine in a straight line, so we're looking straight down, but not hanging the head. Good work. When you finish your 10, you grab some water. And I am going to start by showing a modification. So if you are not doing single leg squats, you will do this. If you have knee issues and squats or single leg squats do not work for you, you would do a single leg either glute bridge here, where the knees are in line and the thighs are squeezed and we're lifting and lowering, or a hip lift. This would be more beginner, to kind of create control here. Hand to the knee, lift and lower. That is your modification for the single leg squat. So anybody on live or on recording who's not doing single leg squats because of your knees, that is what you will do, and you'll do that every time. I'll remind you, but don't forget. My single leg squatters, we're single leg squatting. So I love this exercise. I know we do it every week, but that's because every week you do it, you get better, you get lower, you get stronger. To progression, right? So feet are together. Again, you're going to put a little less weight on your left foot. We're starting on that right side. But I want you first to find depth before you start working on less weight on the foot, right? So before we're like, okay, I'm not going to use my left leg. I'm just going to do squats like this. We got to get all the way down. So we'll reach forward, we'll lean forward, we'll sit back into the heel, we'll drop that butt as low as you can go, and then press up. Same finish at the top. And then if you're on the ground, you're just going right side, right foot on the ground. Left leg up. 3, 2, 1, we go. Reach forward, lean forward, sit back, drop that booty, press up through your heel, tuck your tailbone. Ribs to hips, squeeze your butt, finish it just like a squat. Drive up, tuck it. Yeah, so we're still trying to keep the back flat, keeping the weight back in the right heel. Get it. Yeah, nice work. Allie's looking strong, beautiful. Shasta, good. Nice, good, Megan. Awesome job. Yeah, Lauren's looking great. I know Nate's doing great work down there on the floor. 15 seconds. Everybody, think about your heel and your right side booty. That's what's doing the work right now, whether you're standing or on the ground. Less than 10 seconds. Yeah, good work. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just switch sides. Left foot down. A little bit of weight on that opposite side. 3, 2, 1, we go. So we're sitting back, we're reaching forward. Eyes are just following along, and your head is nice and in line with your spine. So we're still trying to find that straight line from the tailbone all the way through the top of the head. So you still want to press your chest out, pull your shoulders back, push your butt back, sit down into that, push through that left heel. Beautiful, strong work. Even if you're on the ground doing single leg bridge or a hip lift, we're still trying to have a straight line from the knee to the belly button. So when you lift up, we get this nice straight line. So that's why we can't arch up into the back. You have 10 seconds here. Beautiful, strong work. Nice, guys. 3, 2, finish that last one. All right. So I want to do rear fly, but I want to do it on all fours today. So this is going to be dumbbell or band or something that looks like a dumbbell. If you're using a dumbbell, it's going to be a little bit lighter weight. So what we're going to do, and we've done this before with rows, we hold it in one hand. So if I'm using a loop band, I'm going to hold it like in my left hand. I'm going to come to tabletop, and then I'm going to pull it out to the side with my other arm, just this little pull. If my band has no loop, I'm still going to root that down, and then I'm just going to find tension and pull up to the side. If I'm using a dumbbell, I'm here. And if that bothers your wrist, you could also do this up on something so that you're not putting all your weight in your wrist. Cool? So grab something that has resistance. Don't forget to tuck your tailbone. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So if I'm using that mini band, I'm pulling that out to the side. So here's the other thing I want to tell you. Even though we're on all fours, you can shift a little bit of your weight back towards your knees and still keep your core tight so that your wrist, the one holding the band or just holding you up, isn't taking all the weight. And then we're just opening it out to the side like a little hinge, 20 seconds. Like we're opening the refrigerator door. Yes, exactly. Allie, perfect. Nice, Megan. Chest is looking great. So you guys are using that back of the shoulder blade. Yeah, May's looking good. Just try to drop your shoulder out of your ear a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are just going to switch hands. I'm going to face the other way. Switch hands. We go. 3, 2, 1. So you can sit back a little bit on your knees. You're still keeping your core nice and tight, just so that you're not putting tons and tons of weight in your wrist. And then we're just taking this up and out to the side. Slide it open. Fight it on the way down. So we got this little bit of resistance against gravity. Slow lower. If you have a band, you're going to bend your elbow more, which all you guys that I see with bands already figured out. So good work. 20 seconds here. Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. If you can, try to push your shoulder away from your ear a little bit. I know everyone's tight up there. Just giving that little tug and squeeze. Less than 10 seconds. Good work. Everybody on live looking great. 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to come up, grab some water, and then we've got 2 more sets of those 2. Once again, your option for modifying the single leg squat is a single leg bridge or a hip lift, especially if your legs are really cranky or your back. I would go with the hip lift. It's a little bit more supportive. Otherwise, we're going back into them single leg squats. Everyone's focusing on core control, pushing up through the heel of the foot that is down. And let's start with left leg this time. So if you're on the ground, left foot down. If you're standing, more weight on left foot. 3, 2, 1. Learn on the sit, back, reach forward, press down into that foot, tuck your ribs, tuck your tailbone. You got it. We're doing great here. So just really want to focus on that sit down, push through the heel reach, listen to your knees. You're standing, you gotta listen to the knees, go as low as the knees will allow. I know some of you guys we've talked about, you can actually get lower than you might have realized. And I see it here, yeah, good. 20 seconds is halfway. You're on the ground, focus on lowering with control. So you lift up and then slowly control and lowering your pelvis back down. Less than 10 seconds here. Good work, everyone. 4, 3, 2, finish that last rep. And then we're going to switch feet. So we're simply going to go right foot down. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sit back. Reach forward, lean forward. Press through that heel if I'm on the ground. Pull your rib cage and your hips closer to each other as you lift up. So you're tucking your tailbone under a little bit. And then push through that right heel. Control the slow lower. Good work, everybody. You guys have 25 seconds here. We're halfway there. Nice. Again, keep your weight back, just like we would on the hinge. Keep your weight back in your heel. So as you're coming up, you're keeping your weight centered backwards, so we don't start to shift forwards out of the knee. Here we go. Nice work. And now 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going back down to the ground. Remember, if this bothers your wrists, you could always kneel and put your hand like against a wall on a piece of furniture so that you can have a little less weight in your wrists. But we do have to be leaning forward because that's what we're working against. It's working against gravity there. So go ahead and grab that band or put your right hand down. We're going to work left side first. So dumbbell would be left hand, pulling if you're using a band with that left side. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. So we're pulling back with the back of the shoulder. Eyes looking at the mat. If it's a dumbbell, looks like this. Just that little lift. Try not to swing that dumbbell. Control that nice slow lower. Maybe take a peek. Yeah, I always like to think of it as like opening the refrigerator door. It gets that same motion. 20 seconds is halfway. So we're just like opening the door and then using our arm to close it, not just letting it fall falls, opens and close. Back of the arm, back of the shoulder. 10 seconds left. Great work. Yeah, good, you guys. 4, 3, 2. Finish that last rep. We're going to switch sides. Obviously, just taking the band. Remember, if you're using a straight band, you can do this as well. I'll show that here. Tuck your tailbone. 3, 2, 1. Right arm's going to pull out to the side. Let it come back. So even if you're using a band, you're going to fight the band on the way down. Go slow. Resist it. Dumbbell, the same thing. So if I'm using a dumbbell, I'm lifting with control. I'm lowering with control. I'm taking that lower nice and slow and easy, because that is where the true work happens in these last 20 seconds. Is actually in your lowering. It's where a lot of strength is built. 15 seconds. Being able to lower that with control. 10 seconds here. That's being able to go with gravity, with resistance is a very functional strength to have. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Grab some water. Take a breather. We're going to do one more set. Reminding you one last time that your option for single leg squats is to do a bridge here. So I want knees in line. Nice straight line from here to here. Or a hip lift. This is going to support your back a bit more. So if you're like me and your low back is not happy with you right now, you might want to do the hip lift. Otherwise, we're going back into that single leg squat. Single leg squats are fine for your back. They're just hard on your knees. So the modification is for the knees particularly. Let's start with your weaker leg. Who knows who their weaker leg is? Mine is my left leg. So whichever leg is your weaker leg. So if you were going to walk upstairs, which foot would you start with? Let's do the other side first. So I'm going to start left leg. Last time, 3, 2, 1. We go. Sit back, reach forward, eyes follow down to the floor, press up through the heel, tuck the tailbone. If I'm on the floor, I'm pushing into that heel, using my booty cheek to lift my hips. And then, just like I talked about before in that lowering phase, lowering yourself slowly out of that bridge or that hip lift is where a lot of that work happens through your core, because you're resisting gravity with your core so that you don't just drop down. We got to focus on both the strength to go up and the strength to come down. So working on our single leg squat, it's the lowering, going slowly and lowering with control. That's actually working with gravity. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice work. Let's switch feet. Right foot down. Well, my right foot, might not be yours. Your strong leg. Let's go strong leg. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Reach forward, sit back, chest out. So really think about right now, my people who are single leg squatting, trying to get a long line from your tailbone to your head so that you really are like leaning forward, chest out. So we don't get too much rounding up through the back. Megan, gorgeous. Very nice. Just tuck your chin a little. Good. Allie, very nice. Shasta's looking great too. Let me watch. Lean forward, sit back. Yeah, really nice. Good, Lauren. You got it, girl. 15 seconds. Yeah, she's getting all the way down there. I can tell because she's like literally folding in half. Now, us shorty people have an advantage, but that doesn't play into strength. Strength is strength no matter what. 3, 2, 1. I just meant we're closer to the ground to start with, but. All right, last set of fly. On all fours, or maybe you're using a piece of furniture or a wall to take some of the weight out of the wrist. We're going to go left hand first, because most of you guys are righties. So left is probably your weaker side. If you're a lefty, give me a big thumbs, because I am too. But I know all of you guys. I don't think any of y'all are left-handed. No. All right, here we go. Last side. 3, 2, 1. We're just giving that a little pull, and then slow control release. Shoulder blade down the back. I was joking because the trainers that work for me, Molly and myself are both left-handed and everybody else is a righty. And I love all of our trainers, are all amazing, but I feel like Molly and I think more similarly, and I think that's why. And I don't mean that, I guess I just mean how we think in execution. 20 seconds. We're both very, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say detail-oriented because y'all know Jess McKelvey, right? Like, she's detail-oriented. 10 seconds. So are the other two. 5, 4, 3, actually have a clipboard here, because you guys know we use the clipboards when we're training. We have right-handed people's clipboard and lefty's clipboard. Because clipboards are really hard to write on when you're left-handed unless you flip it the other way around. And I didn't even figure that out until I was in my mid-30s. So that's a suffering that I had to go through. Last time for these 20 seconds, you guys look good. We're using the back of that arm. Little hinge, slow on the lower. Everybody I see on live looks really nice. You guys are using the right muscle groups, good form, shoulders looking strong. We're about 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody relax. Grab a drink of water. We have one more set of 3. So we're gonna do 3 exercises. Hopefully we can get it done pretty fast. But we will be standing for 2 and on the floor for the last one. So we're gonna go cardio move, upper body, and then a core exercise. And what we are going to need is a dumbbell or a mini band, or if you had neither, you could use like a hand towel. We're gonna work the back of the arm. But, ooh, I just changed my mind. You will still need that, but we're gonna do it on the floor. Okay, first exercise. Sorry guys, I'm a little manic today. The weather's nice, it makes me crazy. All right, the first exercise is a cardio exercise. We're gonna jog and punch. So this could be low impact march, and we just punch it out. That's our low. Medium impact would be a lighter jog and punch. Higher impact would be full out, lift the knees, punch it out. Whatever you're feeling today, we just wanna get the heart rate up. So let's start there. We have 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna jog and punch. Maybe it's a march, maybe it's a little bit of a bounce, and then maybe we're going full on big punches, or we're just pushing it up. Yeah, so lift the knees. Don't forget about your core. Core super tight. You have 30 seconds here, so we want to make sure that we still keep that going in here and do the core, because the back is going to take a lot of motion if we don't stabilize the pelvis when we do this. That's important. So keep pulling in. You got 15 seconds. Go. So we can still do that and move quickly. You just got to think about it. You have 10. Come on. Go. 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 Yeah, good work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Catch your breath. So, those of you guys who know the exercises we typically do, we're going to do skull crushers. You could do this with a band, a towel, or a dumbbell. If you want to do it like we normally do it, grab a dumbbell. On your back, holding your hands straight up over your head. If you're using a dumbbell, you're holding on each side. Bend the elbows, make 90 degrees with the arms, and then squeeze. So basically, you're either holding a dumbbell on either side. If you didn't have anything, no equipment, you could hold a towel and do a towel while you're pulling on each end. If you're using a mini band, put the mini band over your hands and push the hands out as you do that. Pick your poison. All right, 3, 2, ready, we go. So we're lying flat, low back press to the ground, feet on the floor, knees bent. Bend at the elbows, upper arms stay perpendicular to the ground. So the upper arms are pointing straight at the ceiling. And then we're just bending that back till we get about 90 degrees, and then squeeze the back of the arm, straighten the arms. Go straight up, bend it back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice work. Let me take a peek. You guys are halfway there. I mean, y'all who work with us in person know these. We do them all the time. Yes, and if we're using like a band or a towel, your palms are going to face the ceiling, and you're tugging on it like you're trying to rip it in half. If you're using a mini band around your hands, your palms face each other. Everybody relax. Last exercise is a hollow hold. So a hollow hold is all about being able to keep the low back flat into the ground. So you're right, curl it in and hold it. Easiest or least challenging, safest for your back is to keep your knees bent right here and just lift that upper body, pull your belly in. Making it more challenging, I want you to start with one leg only. Maybe we extend one leg and we hold here. Maybe we extend both, that will be level 3. But I don't want legs way up here but straight. We have to have this closer to the floor so we get this lower core, and so we're fighting with the pelvis and the hips. Otherwise, our alignment is keeping our pelvis and our hips together. All right, 3, 2, 1, lift that up, everybody. Reach the arms, then find the place where the the other. For me, 15 seconds. I have a particular side of my low back that gets cranky, so there's one leg that needs to be bent. So you might have to figure out what that is too. Pull your ribs to your hips. Modify would be right here. This can be challenging enough. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take about 30 seconds or so. Grab a drink if you need it. We've got 2 more rounds of that. We got about 5 minutes. We're going to get it done. We've got our jog and our punch, our skull crusher, and then our hollow hold. So remember, it's whatever you want to bring to today. We got 2 more rounds, about 6 minutes. What do I want to bring to the table today? How hard do I want to work? What's going to serve my body so that after I'm done today, I feel good, I feel glad that I did this and not broken down beaten, right? Never want to feel too broke. Too broken down. All right, starting with that jog and punch. 3, 2, ready, go. Level 1 is here. Level 2 is here. Level 3 is here. Pick your level and just keep moving. There's nothing fancy about this. There's no great technique other than keeping your core tight. Push those arms out and lift the legs. It's about moving your body, getting your heart rate up, controlling your core as your arms and legs move, which is a very functional strength to have, 20 seconds, and having fun. So smile a little bit and get the heart rate up, finishing this workout strong. We have 10 seconds here, so if you want to pick up the pace, you can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We're going to take it down to the ground. Catch your breath a little bit. Breathe. On dumbbell or band, skull crushers, making sure that we have our feet flat on the ground with knees bent. So not straight legs, because we got to pull our tailbone in, flatten the low back. Take those arms up. Bend it back in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your elbows towards each other too. That's another thing on skull crushers, is we're trying to find a right angle so that upper arm is perpendicular to the ceiling. And then we want to squeeze the elbows towards each other to keep the shoulder blades engaged, keep this targeted to the back of the arm. Whether you're using a band, whether you're pulling a towel, be sure you're pushing. If you're not holding the dumbbell, be sure you're pushing on your hands, either pulling that band or that towel apart or pressing out to the outer edge of the hands. You have 10 seconds here. Beautiful, strong work. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me 1 more rep. Nice. Go ahead and set that weight off to the side. We're going to start with knees up and head upper body flat. And then when I say go, we'll lift up and go into that hollow hold. So flatten your low back. 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift up and then let's play with where the legs need to be. So even if your knees are still bent, you could take your legs a little closer to the floor and still be pulling your tailbone in and your low back flat. Then you can start working on maybe one leg out a little bit. Most challenging, of course, is both legs extended, but we've got to be able to keep that low back flat into the ground. You have less than 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, 30 seconds. Take your time standing up, and then we've got jog and punch, skull crushers, hollow hold, then we'll stretch and be done. Nice work today. You got 3 minutes of effort left. 3 minutes to kind of reach that intention that you set when we started class today. And sometimes that's just to show up and get all the way through it. I think I told you guys, my mom's been doing class, and my mother is very new. It's been a very long time since she did traditional exercise. And one day she said, my intention was just to show up and stay all the way through it. And I was like, that's a great intention. And she did it. Sometimes that's where we are. All right, jog and punch, last time. 3, 2, ready, go. Level 1, level 2, level 3. I want you to get your heart rate up though. So even if I'm going low impact, I'm going to focus on getting my knees up, getting my arms all the way out. If I'm doing high, same thing, like stretch through that punch, get those knees up. But where do we have to go so that when you finish this 25 seconds that we have left, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that got my lungs going for the day. That was good stuff. I feel a little like I got challenged. My lung capacity, I'm making my heart work. 15 seconds, that's the idea. That's why we do this. Not just because it's so much fun. We have skull crushers. Take your time if you need to catch your breath. Band or dumbbell, whatever you have that works best for you. I always do that. Put the timer away and I still needed it. Okay. Lie all the way back flat. Feet flat on the floor. Pull your belly button in so your low back's flat on the ground. You take that weight up overhead. Bend it back in 3, 2, 1. Pull those elbows close to each other. Squeeze the back of the arm. As you're doing that, don't forget your core. So you're pressing your low back flat into the mat. We're always going to be thinking about the core. Always, until it learns to engage on its own. So we're thinking, press that back flat, arms go back, squeeze, press to the ceiling. Keep that, if you're holding a band or a towel, keep tension in your hands. Keep that little tug going. 15 seconds. You guys are doing great, beautiful. So everyone's squeezing, find that right angle, really nice. Less than 10 here, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just set that weight down off to the side. Lay all the way back with your knees. Going into that last elbow, 30 seconds, and we're back. 3, 2, right and lift up, maybe we start extending the legs. Maybe we stay right here. And we're just focusing on really pulling the ribs and the hips, flattening that low back. Be sure you're breathing. Big breath. As you exhale, so we want to inhale, pull the belly button in, exhale, press the low back flat into the ground. Nice deep breaths, but as you're breathing, engage your core even more. 10 seconds. You're almost there. Hold, breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Set it all the way down to that upper body. Let's cross left leg over right knee. If that's enough of a stretch, stay there. But if you want deeper, draw that right leg in. Maybe reach and grab your thigh and hold. Let your upper body melt into the mat. Slow your breathing. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Way to go. Awesome work today, guys. Good strength. Everybody was really focused. Good form. We got it done. I hope you feel like you accomplished what you intended to accomplish today. Go ahead and switch sides. We're going to take right foot over left leg. If it would be appropriate, draw that left leg in and hold it and breathe. Nice deep breaths in through your nose. Fully out through your mouth. At the very least, you can be proud of yourself for showing up, for making the time, for choosing to use this hour for yourself, for something good, for your mind and your body. That alone is more than many people are able to do or are willing to do. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. Roll yourself to seated. Stick those legs out straight in front. And then we'll go left foot over right knee. Right arm hugs left knee in. So we're twisting over the leg. Up nice and tall. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Awesome. This is something that, you got to do for yourself. And then hopefully it allows you to leave here feeling a little bit better than when you showed up. That's always my goal. Go ahead and switch sides. So we're crossing right foot over left leg, hug that in. And of course, it's always so nice to do this together, to get to see everybody. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys back in person soon. If you're not coming back right away, I get it. There's no hard feelings there. We're going to keep seeing you on for our distance training. I'll be sending more details on what distance training is and how things are changing with the virtual stuff, starting at the end of the month, beginning of June, because there are some changes. But I'll be reaching out specifically about that here soon. Go ahead and come to standing. And we're going to stretch the upper body. So we'll reach both arms forward, draw the belly into the spine, round out that back, shoulders down. Those of you guys doing refocus, reset, we're having a good first week. People are checking in. I did have to reach out to a couple people and let them know that you cannot enter points in advance. So you can't put points on next week for things you intend to do. Take the arms back behind, roll the shoulders back. I appreciate that effort and that planning, but you put that on your calendar, not in the points. The points is for stuff that's done. It was only a couple of folks, but even if you don't enter every day, at least every 2 days or so, you don't have to put it in every day. I just check to make sure you haven't gone days without putting your points in, because I'll find you. I'll reach out and ask you what's going on. Right arm across. That's what accountability is. If you raise your hand and say, I want you to keep me accountable, we're going to do that. So if you fall off, we'll be reaching out until you say, I don't want to do this anymore, leave me alone. Hopefully you don't say that. Go ahead and switch sides. Left arm, hug it in. Yeah, what else? Couple of little schedule changes next week. Just certain days here and there I had to take class off so I could work on stuff getting ready for reopen. But it's like kind of random. It's like one of the noons and one of the 8:30s. Hands to the thighs, push back, flat back. Stop here first in that same hinge position we worked on at the very beginning of class. Eyes looking at the floor. Pushing back with the booty. And then if you would like to get a deeper stretch to that low back a little bit, you can take your hands down towards the ground, but take your head and neck with you. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe even shake it side to side. From there, we're going to draw it and we're going to round it all the way up. Shoulders up to the ears and back 3 times. Up and back. Nice job. We'll finish with a big deep breath. Inhale, reach up, stretch. Exhale, blow it all the way out. Let's go one more time. Big deep breath in and reach. Big breath, blow it out. Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good work today. You should feel good for just showing up and getting it